They're going to go to fucking federal prison. Federal fucking prison.
Paddy's not guilty. I know the kid. Even if he looks so annoying, he is not doing anything illegal.
So they're saying like, hey, this guy's got something wrong with him.
Right.
He's not going to win this fight. And then all the money would go on the opponent, and then they would rake it in. And this happened alleged. It says UFC's Jeff Molina suspended for alleged substantial involvement in ongoing James Krause investigation. Substantial.
Yeah, he was on, I've heard a thing that he was on his Discord, and he said that, like, Jeff Molina said that, like, you know, I paid my mortgage, my house, my phone bill, everything with this Discord right here. Make sure you guys join it. So, like, he was pushing it hard. Molina.
This is where everything goes dark. The ending slams shut like a prison door, and an entire generation of fans has to face the brutal truth about how fast heroes crumble when money, gambling, and fame mix together. The story isn't about fighting techniques or cage skills anymore. It's about how quickly a legacy turns to dust when the spotlight becomes an interrogation lamp. In this nightmare scenario, Paddy Pimblett doesn't get defeated in combat. He watches his entire world collapse around him.
And the sport is left wondering who's next.
Just wanted to get an update from you. We haven't heard you in this forum talking about the betting investigation that's going on. I know there's only so many things you can say, but is there any updates you can give us on what's going on currently?
There's literally nothing I can say about that.
In a brutal twist, nobody saw.
Then reality hits like a sledgehammer. The sport wakes up to news reports screaming that Paddy Pimblett's crashed and burned, with federal agents claiming they found suspicious betting networks connected to his crew. The scandal explodes across every platform, deals get canceled, major brands run for the exits, and those same supporters who used to worship him now debate whether their golden boy was careless, cursed, or completely played. In this twisted version, the octagon becomes irrelevant because the real battle happens in front of judges and juries.
What were they talking about? Somebody was saying, well, what's the UFC going to do? We let these guys know not to bet on fights. Do you know what the outcome of this is? Like, if I penalize them, you get cut. They're going to go to fucking federal prison. Federal.
When this imaginary legal drama plays out, government lawyers build their case piece by piece. Secret conversations, strange bets placed right before crucial moments, and electronic evidence that won't vanish. Paddy's team screams innocence, blaming backstabbers and claiming he never knew, but the destruction is total. Every previous win gets analyzed for corruption. Every victory celebration looks like evidence, and fans decide he's guilty before any official verdict drops. Paddy Pimblett promised to shock everyone and destroy the Justin Gaethje legend, but this explosion tears the entire lightweight rankings apart. The whole world heard him guarantee 3 rounds and a finish against Justin Gaethje, and the MMA community stopped laughing when they realized he was dead serious. Don't move, because I'm about to reveal the exact second this clash transforms from bold talk into pure history.
I expect the war, obviously. Like, Justin Gaethje is one of my favourite fighters to watch. He's your favourite fighter's favourite fighter, and it's going to be a pleasure to get in there with him. I'd love to have a brawl for 5 rounds.
You know, I'd be a fool to think that this is the beginning of my career. This is definitely towards the end, and what a way to finish. You know, beat Ilya, beat Paddy, beat Ilya, and then if there's another contender, you know, beat them.
Paddy went beyond predicting damage. He destroyed the entire storyline. That myth about Gaethje being untouchable while standing, forcing Paddy into desperate wrestling just to survive. He's declaring that all the hidden preparation is complete, and this battle becomes his striking masterpiece. Pay attention, because what comes next changes this matchup from confident risk to pure madness.
So I'm not expecting no bad blood, no bitterness or nothing like that. I've met him before, we've shook hands, we've spoke, it's very cordial. I really like Justin Gaethje. Like, he's your favourite fighter's favourite fighter. Everyone likes watching Justin Gaethje fight. He's never in a boring fight. And he's a nice fella every time I've met him, so I think it'll just be like the chat and the build-up. Like, everything's dead nice, but then obviously when that cage door shuts, lads.
Now things get really dangerous. Paddy straight up promises he's skipping the grappling game and going straight for the knockout, which is either brilliant strategy or professional suicide. Everyone assumes the takedown attempt is coming, so he's vowing to stand and bang with the most devastating striker in the division. Keep your eyes locked, because the mutual respect between these fighters makes the violence even more intense.
You know, on paper, this makes you a champion. They have to pay you as a champion. I think that is spectacular, and I definitely, recognize that. Outside that, I understand that it gives me the opportunity to fight Ilia Topuria. It was Khabib back then, and he was number 1 pound for pound, and I'm pretty sure Ilia is, top 3 pound for pound right now. And so, these are the opportunities to that I literally signed up, for this sport for that I asked for.
This has nothing to do with hatred or cheap insults. This represents pure professional warfare between two competitors who genuinely respect each other. Paddy acknowledges there's zero personal drama, just handshakes, grins, and genuine admiration before the cage seals shut. Then it transforms into survival mode. Let me break down why that mentality makes this absolutely terrifying in just a moment.
I'd be a fool to think that this is the beginning of my career. This is definitely towards the end, and what a way to finish. Beat Ilia, beat Paddy, beat Ilia, and then if there's another contender, beat them and be done. Or but ultimately to be able to fail and have the opportunity to come back and achieve gold will be exactly the story that I've been trying to write. I've been trying to inspire people and show people that everyone doesn't. It's hard to understand how difficult it is. I've had 38 fights.
While Paddy drops bombshells, Justin Gaethje stares directly at his career crossroads. He understands exactly where he stands right now. Every single fight from here becomes about legacy, paychecks, and purpose. Stay focused, because this next section reveals why Gaethje poses more threat now than he ever has.
And they're 15 minutes or 25 minutes in time. And sometimes you give amazing interviews, and I'm sure some days you think that you maybe could have done better. And for us as athletes, it's you think you could be perfect and you want to be perfect, but to expect yourself to be absolutely perfect every single one of these fights is almost impossible. It's like somebody being perfect every day. And so, sometimes some nights we're off, some nights we're on. And so really it's just a battle to understand why I had great nights, why I had bad nights, and through this training process understand how and what I need to do to be perfect that night. And intuitively, reactionary, and in my heart. And so that's the battle, and that's the lessons that I've learned, along the way. And so I'm ready to compete and perform.
Before diving into the actual breakdown, Gaethje isn't hunting publicity stunts. He's chasing career-defining moments, interim championships that pay like the real thing, and recognition that lasts forever. He craves that Ilia showdown, the unification bout, the final story written in violence and glory. But here's the catch. One mistake against Paddy destroys everything instantly.
Suspectly was Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett making sure to, even though, Gaethje's had an opinion about the interim belt before and has even said, this doesn't mean anything to me, I want to get the real one. He threw it down on the floor after he won it against Tony Ferguson. Him and Paddy Pimblett made very clear in their first answers to make sure that everybody knew this was the real belt. And even though it's interim, it's just the same as the regular lightweight world championship, even though we kind of know it's not. And I think deep down, they also know that it's not. They both in their first answers made sure to point out that this was for the real lightweight title, and when Ilia comes back, we'll be fighting with him to unify it. They really made a big deal out of this isn't just some gimmicky interim belt.
Before analyzing the actual matchup, Justin honestly admits that perfection is impossible. Even legends have bad nights, and fighting reveals who you really are. He's hunting for that version of himself that appears when everything matters most, and that's absolutely terrifying, because a mentally prepared Gaethje is the last person you want staring at you across that cage.
Challenge ahead.
Well, I thought I was going to fight him in October. I thought I was going to fight him in Abu Dhabi in October, to be honest. But obviously that never happened, and now we're here. So I am eventually fighting him. I thought I was going to fight on this Jan 24 card, so I was preparing for Ilia for a couple of weeks, to be honest. Just doing bits of training for him. And then obviously we got told it's Justin, Ilia's not fighting, so obviously me and Ilia mightn't like each other, lad, but I wish him nothing but the best with all his family. It's nothing to do with fighting. But when I win this belt, I'm the champ for now. I don't care if it says interim on it. I'm the champ. He's out the cage. I'm the champ.
Before announcing potential future opponents, the pressure reaches explosive levels. Both fighters approach this interim championship like it's the undisputed crown. They're demanding that fans treat it seriously, see it as a genuine lightweight title battle. Don't leave, because the political game surrounding this belt could determine the next champion before anyone throws a punch.
What up, next? What up? Who's fighting next? I'm looking at Pimblett. Paddy Pimblett.
The UFC drama adds even more intensity, because everyone expected a different contender to get this shot. Then suddenly, Paddy occupies center stage. This booking destroyed predictions, scrambled the rankings, and sent earthquakes through the entire division. Coming up, I'll reveal why this fight could permanently reshape how the UFC awards title opportunities.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited. You know, March 7th. We have history. You know, he's saying some things. He's saying some things that happened during the fight that, you know, we get to find out now. We get to solve it, you know. Many years later, we get to do it. We get to run it back. BMF title on the line. Why not?
After considering his opponent's history, Paddy was originally training for someone completely different before everything switched to Gaethje. No stress, no complaints, just ice-cold acceptance that this championship belongs to him right now. Interim or official. Stick around, because that unshakable confidence explains why seasoned fighters should be concerned.
I mean, I was just hungry, you know. I'm a lot older than I was then, and I feel great, you know. But I'm in the same situation. I'm looking for a title shot. He's in the way. We got the BMF title on the way, you know, and claims to be a BMF, so we'll get to find out come March 7th.
The impact keeps spreading outward. Established stars start circling, and suddenly, Paddy's getting called out by fighters who only want massive showcase battles. When elite competitors start targeting you, it proves the industry considers you legitimate, which brings us to the final warning everyone's overlooking.
Oh, that's Oliveira versus Holloway. I nearly said that's Holloway. But that's Oliveira versus Holloway, which is a sick fight. I reckon Oliveira is going to win that one. I love the fight announcement of that. I love the way they did it. 2 empty seats on the stage, but why announce it in a promo before? I knew it was coming. I was like, oh, that's the empty seats. They're going to do Oliveira Holloway. Let me wonder. What are they going to announce? I kind of would have known. But don't show the casual fans promo piece.
This upcoming battle isn't about experience fighting hype anymore. It's momentum against mortality, confidence against legacy, tomorrow against yesterday. When that cage seals, one of these warriors emerges forever transformed. So make your prediction right now, and remember where you heard it first.
When you're fighting Justin Gaethje, so... But I think everyone's going to be shocked, to be honest, because I think I'm going to knock him out. So people won't expect that. People think I'm just going to try and grapple and take him down when I'm not. I'm going to come out and I'm going to put it on.